What is happening, the firm?
What's happening, everyone? Welcome back to episode Quattro.
Si.
Putana. To the shit basement comedy.
Basement podcast.
The basement oh my god.
Rewind. Yeah, welcome to the Basement Podcast, episode 4, where we just basically chat absolute wham about nostalgic games and
talk about games, footy, comedy, live events, comic books, you name it. And you have a virgin, then
this
then
is the
you're
place
welcome.
to be.
This is the welcome for you. No fancy AI here. No thumbnails. Well, we have thumbnails obviously, but no.
The most basic of thumbnails, where it's just a screenshot of the front cover.
This is old school recording. This.
Yeah.
This is like none of that fancy shit. This is real raw, straight from the underground.
I'm literally learning to edit on the go, so that's why on the last episode some of the pictures are fucking massive, and they're all pixelated because it's PS1 games as well. So
we are pixelated, but that's what it's all about, isn't it? It's all about the ruggedness. Do you know what I mean? There's too many professional podcasts out there. Do you know what I mean? People just talking about air fryers and that.
7 different camera angles and fucking posh mics on turbo arms and stuff.
You don't want it, do you? Do you know what I mean? You just want two guys in the basement.
Yeah, having to press record and then run to the couch. None of that fucking teams of fucking producers in the background.
Engineers, the fucking engineer needs a fucking engineer to do fucking this. Talk about games. Not me.
To get 68 views. That's
68 views is good.
Yeah, I know. I'm genuinely surprised that it's been over. The first 2 in like 10 days got over 100 views each. Not each, but between them.
Yeah,
which again, made a joke last week, but Mr. Beast must be shitting himself. But you know what I mean? I genuinely thought it would be like 3 or 4 people if we were lucky.
Mr. Wall's feast is fucking on his on his lassies.
Yeah. Curing blind people, but he's also like making them blind so that he can make content.
It's the catch-22. It's the circle of life, isn't it?
Yeah, creating a problem so they can fix it.
Problem, reaction, solution. David Icke calls it.
It's been doing me head in now because I was meant to mention it last week and I completely forgot because I got a head like a fucking sieve. But the outrage online with the GTA 6 first of all saying that initially it's only digital only, and even if you buy a box it's just a code inside.
In a box. Code in a box. Dick in a box.
Yeah, and basically Sony have also said that they're going to go digital only. Yeah.
So what I think about that is, on a personal level, privately, like in my opinion, like I'm not that bothered because I don't really buy physical games anymore. But I understand why there'll be an outrage and people want the physical media, like. Because, and this is what I thought of before, and this is might go a bit sentimental or whatever, but like when my dad died, I had all his old CDs and stuff, and I got to keep hold of them.
Yeah. And
keep them safe and listen to them in an old CD player. Now, if I died, like, how are my kids going to access my fucking Google Drive?
Yeah, wouldn't have your fucking password or...
Yeah, or have me access to my fucking PlayStation account or my Nintendo account. So, I understand that. Like... I think PlayStation will be the only ones who'll do it. I think Xbox this year when they bring out the Project Scorpion, I think they'll have a disc drive add-on to that.
Yeah, like a periphery that you buy separate.
Yeah, like so it's like the PS5 did this generation.
Yeah.
And I think Nintendo will always have some sort of physical media.
Yeah, because they're quite niche, aren't they? They always fill the holes in the market between the console wars that are being.
Well, they sort of release in between generations, don't they? They sort of do their own thing, Nintendo.
Yeah.
But even now, Nintendo, even their physical, a lot of the physical games aren't physical. They're just game key cards where you have to plug it in and then download from the internet.
Yeah, especially with like the Switch and all that, you need to do it from the. They're doing a similar thing to Sony, aren't they? I think it's a bit more.
Yeah.
You know, you can get physical games as well, the little memory card thingies, but.
Yeah, there's a few games that are out on like are a full physical on the disc. Like, funny enough, actually, Bethesda released Indiana Jones. That was full on cart. They're releasing in Oblivion remastered next month. That's all on cart. And all the Nintendo games are on cart anyway, apart from...
They probably double down now as well, that they know that Sony have made that announcement, the discourse about it online. They know, oh, well, we're definitely going to continue to be making physical versions of the game.
Yeah, it's like when Xbox were going to do it first, with the Xbox One, and then Sony took the piss out
big
of them.
backlash, weren't they? Yeah, because that was like the marketing for the PS3, weren't it? It was like, you don't need an internet connection or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, here you go.
Stick it in your ass.
Yeah. Well, even like a lot of the PS5 games now, they're not on disc anyway. You get the physical, but they'll have like only like fucking 10 gig or whatever on the disc, and then you'd have to install the rest of it.
Yeah, the rest of it and the patches that go on top of the rest of it all get continuously updated and stored online. And yeah, well, like you said, me personally, I genuinely don't give two shiny shits, but I do genuinely understand why the people who collect them, especially ones who are like, because I collect shit myself, but I haven't had a DVD or a physical game. I've genuinely only bought digital games, even on the PS4 days. So my catalogue on the PlayStation is massive, but it's digital. And I haven't got an issue with that because I love a midnight release. So when you get the countdown of its midnight local time release, I fucking love that. Because I used to spend money to go to like a 24-hour test Asda back in the day, and then get the game after midnight once it released. And I'd end up buying food, getting a taxi home because there's no public transport at that time. So I don't end up spending more money. Plus, back in the day on the PS4 especially, because it's more expensive now, you used to buy the credit from a third-party retailer, PlayStation Store credit. So you were getting it about the same as the physical edition anyway. The only thing is you can't resell. That's the only thing I'd think. But I kind of like collecting stuff, and although it's digital, I enjoy that because I've got physical stuff. I collect action figures and I collect comics. So that's the physical stuff that retains value or can sometimes increase in value, or sometimes go down as well. But, you know, there's still resale value there and that type of stuff. But when it comes to games, personally, for me, I'm not that bothered. But like you said, I totally agree with. I totally understand why. Because I guess if I collected all the games I had over time, and I'd be like, oh, now you can't get the game in box anymore. I do understand it, but for me personally, I'm not even that arsed because I've been buying digital for years, and PC gamers have been doing it for years.
Yeah, like, Steam was the first ones to really do it.
It's been like fucking nearly 2 decades of that now. You know what I mean?
So what I think they're gonna have to do if they want this to work, which it will eventually all go all digital anyway, but they're gonna have to change the fucking laws on the PlayStation. Like Xbox and Nintendo, I'm not bothered because you can buy keys for their games online.
Yeah, and there's other retailers that can sell a digital version, so there's competitive prices there.
Yeah, but with Sony, you can't do that. No. It's the only way you can buy it is off the Sony store, and yeah, there is sales and that quite often. But
and then I say the only way I got round it was buying PlayStation Store credit, so you can buy like it's nowhere near as cheap, as much of a discount as it used to be, but like. Pre-pandemic, you used to be able to get like a £50 voucher for like £32, for instance, which, you know, you're getting a decent amount of credit for free. And the way that was done, because they'd buy them in bulk and then sell them at under the value that the card's worth. So, you know what I mean? They're still making a profit of some type, but you're also getting a really good deal. And again, it's nowhere near as much anymore. You're only saving about £4 or £5, where it used to be almost 20 quid. And so, and then the £80 ones or £100 ones, you used to be able to get a £100 voucher for like 80 quid. So you're getting £20 of store credit extra. So you could get like the extra bonus, and it'd be, but yeah, it's, I understand. And it is nefarious dealings with, if you went into the corpo side of stuff and that as well. But to be honest, I hate too many corporations, and I need the entertainment to prevent me from wanting to jump out of windows due to the corporations. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So I can kind of turn a blind eye to that one a little bit.
Yeah, it's a catch-22 for me, because I wouldn't have the amount of games if I just had all physical, because the amount of games I bought on a sale, like, is ridiculous. Because like the sales are so good digitally, like you're getting games for like 90p.
Yeah.
£2, £3.50 for good games that were like full price, maybe like
a few months ago.
Yeah,
even
like a few years ago.
2-3 years later, yeah. Especially on the PC as well, but even on the PlayStation Store, and like you say, that's how I normally buy my games. There's a handful of games that I want on day of release. Nowadays, there'll only be a handful in a year, and then the rest now, whereas even going back 3 or 4 years ago, I had loads of games, I just want to get them straight away.
Yeah, like my Nintendo Switch, because I got a Nintendo Switch on release day 2000, it's nearly fucking 10 years ago, it's crazy. And I've still got the games that I bought digitally, like every single game. Do you know what I mean? Like from the first month that I bought it all the way through, and now all the games are backwards compatible on Switch 2, so I've got access to it on my Switch 2 as well.
Yeah.
I've got like 500 games, and a lot of them I haven't finished. I haven't finished probably about 5% of them.
Yeah, having it on handheld is amazing as well, because when you do get down to it, you can just do it on the bog, or you know what I mean.
I just play it in bed. I just play it in bed. That's what I do with my Switch. Like it's like it sleeps next to me on the pillow. Like
yeah, just in case you need to wake up and play some fucking Final Fantasy. But yeah, that's actually a good segue from fucking Nintendo's digital media to Nintendo's physical media.
Nintendo 64.
Yeah, the Nintendo 64 top 5 games. We did PlayStation last week, if anyone who watched that. This week it's in the N64. And I will say at the top that I never actually owned an N64. I think I mentioned it last week. But my cousin did. So my list is probably very fucking mainstream. But they're all amazing games. But you know what I mean? They're all like very obvious top 5, I'll say. But yeah, fucking amazing. You had one though, didn't you? And you played more.
Yeah, I had one. Yeah, I had N64. Got it for Christmas. Fucking 1 year. No, the year it was released. I think it was 1996. Yeah, and got it with Wave Race 64, which was my very first game. Well, it wasn't my very first game, but my first Nintendo game. It was fucking class. Used to blast it all the time. The games were quite expensive though, man. But
yeah, well, I was going to touch on that. Because even the Mega Drive ones were super expensive, like 70, 80 quid sometimes, weren't they? And people moan about that price now.
Yeah,
fucking
so
30 years later, nearly 20 odd years later, whatever it is. And yeah, also the price was bad, but I forgot what I was going to say. But yeah, I barely played it myself. But I think I touched on it last week about the PlayStation being a massive jump from like the Mega Drive, but this was kind of in between. This came out before, in the UK anyway. It came out before the PS did, and it was still cartridges, weren't it? But it was a massive jump.
Yeah, so the N64 was more powerful than the PlayStation, but
limited on space that it could have on the games.
It was limited on the cartridge side of things. Yeah, so it was like.
That was the thing that killed them, really, weren't it? Because PlayStation went that way with the disc, so they could get more on the CD-ROM.
Yeah, well, it all started when Nintendo and Sony were meant to make a console together.
Yeah, I've seen that. It was meant to like fuse together, and Sony was just going to be like, they're already doing it, and then Sony was going to back them and use. Yeah,
I think they were going to make an add-on for was it an add-on? I think it was an add-on or something for the Nintendo, and then they were just like, nah, we're going to do our own thing, and then I think Nintendo like backstabbed them or something.
Yeah, they ended up backing out of the deal for some reason. I did watch a thing where the CEO of Sega was talking about it, and then he also talked about that with Nintendo and Sony before the PlayStation. Sony just went, okay, well, we'll just go on our own and just make Sony PlayStation, which is how that happened. Yeah,
and that's how the PlayStation was born.
Because that jump, as I say, I mentioned it loads last week, but like from 2D platformers to 3D worlds, my first actual experience of that is my number 5, which is Mario 64. It's an obvious one, but yeah, that was the first time where you were actually, oh fuck, I'm running around a 3D world, and it's not just a platformer, and it was fucking amazing. It was genuinely boss. It looked like a cartoon at the time. You look at the graphics now, it looks shite, but at the time, comparable to anything else we had at the time, it looked like a fucking cartoon.
Yeah, it looked fucking, and it still plays fantastic as well. Do you know what I mean? It was like, that was like, they made the Nintendo made that controller to play 3D games. Like,
yeah, I was going to mention the controllers as well, the different colours and stuff, and the mad shape, and the first fucking thumbstick.
Yeah, the first thumbstick, and that was just designed to make that 360 movements and move around.
Revolutionised, didn't it, for the 3D games?
I think it's the biggest revolution in games.
Because it took a while to catch up after that as well, because even the PlayStation doing the dual sticks, I think I mentioned this the other week, there was only a handful of games that actually used it. It wasn't until the PS2 that it actually started changing to the analog controls from like up, down, left, right. Because that's, funny enough, it's higher up my list, and I'll mention it, but one of the games, even though you've got the stick and it's first person, which is probably a big giveaway, is you had to do the yellow up, down, left, right to move. Because it wasn't until years later that I played it in some like student. No, we went to see Paul Weller in the student union bar, and me and our Tony ended up playing it because it was just in the boozer. And we were right by. I was like, "Come on, let's have a game of it." And oh my god, my head was gone. I'd only had a pint, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Like up, down, left, right. Just because I kept instinctively going for the stick, which didn't work because it hadn't caught up to that point yet. Whereas now it's obviously synonymous with everything.
Yeah, it's crazy, man, how things have changed. Like, it changed the developer. Mario 64 was fucking...
Unbelievable.
Class game.
And all the different sections, which is synonymous with older Super Mario Brother games, always had like the music's amazing. Just all the different sections and
you had to
power-ups and shit.
You had to get the stars, didn't you? I think there was...
Yeah, and there was
128 stars or something.
An almost light Metroidvania to it, where you got different abilities and then you could get to higher doors and stuff.
Yeah, you could do. Well, I don't think you learn different. I don't think you learn different skills, but there was all mad different. You could do like triple jumps and like backflips and fucking all sorts of mad shit.
You could squeeze down into just as fucking under his hat.
And do the fucking jump up and butt bounce on the fucking things and shit.
Yeah. Belter.
But we should move on to my number 5.
Yeah, I was going to say, did you do number 5 or was it like a smorgasbord of?
Mine was just all different ones, but I've got an order because I'm going to use the ones that are not so well known.
Yeah, that's a good thing because that'll offset my fucking very mainstream.
But to be fair, if you know Nintendo, they probably will still be all known anyway. But my number 5 is actually Castlevania 64.
Oh yeah, I didn't actually play that one, but I'm familiar with because that was just a better version than the SNES version, wasn't it? Or like it was a new game, but
it was so Castlevania's always been 2D.
Yeah, side scrolling.
Side scrolling, yeah.
I did play it on the Mega Drive, I think it must have been, yeah.
Yeah, so the first lot of Castlevania games were very left to right, blah blah blah. Like
just attack, jump.
Yeah, and do your levels. It's like level after level after level, and then it changed with Symphony of the Night, which come off the PlayStation, which was like
sounds like a metal band.
Yeah,
Symphony of the Night.
And then that was the music. It was like. It was sick.
But like the 80s or 90s Japanese keyboard, synth sounding guitar, the best.
Yeah, and that was like that's where the term Metroidvania comes from, because that was the first
thing that did it. Where you have
to go back, find power ups, and power ups, know what they are.
And then you can get through a certain door because you've got new abilities or whatever.
Yeah, for the ones who doesn't know what a Metroidvania is, it's basically a 2D side-scrolling action game where you unlock new abilities and then makes you backtrack to previous parts of the level to use them abilities and then move forward in the map. So instead of going from left to right, it's like a big map.
Yeah, and you have to retrace your steps after you've gained a new ability or a new item that'll allow you to get through a part you couldn't get through when you first passed it.
Yeah, like different gates or whatever.
Yeah.
But going back to Castlevania 64, Castlevania 64 is actually like a 3D Castlevania. I think it was the only one until they did Lords of Shadow later on, and it was just, to me, because I couldn't play Resident Evil because I didn't have it, obviously, because I had Nintendo 64. My mate had a PlayStation.
Yeah.
And that was the closest thing I got to Resident Evil, like playing it, and it was like one of the I look back at it now and it's just so cheesy and shit.
Yeah.
But there was this
at the time it was fucking insane, wasn't it?
Yeah, but there was this moment on your you go into this house and it's like a mansion like Resident Evil, and there's meant to be vampires in that there, but you don't know where the vampires are, and then there's a man in a room and you go in and you look in the mirror and the man's got a reflection, and that's when you realise he's a vampire.
He's a vampire, yeah.
And then it goes, wah, and then you have to start fighting. I remember shitting myself and I remember thinking, oh my god, it's like so fucking scary in that, but it wasn't. It was just so shit. Like,
yeah, looking back now, but at the time, like you say, you've gone from fucking playing Mario and Sonic for the obvious ones from the previous generation to that, like 3D rendered cutscenes that just blew your tits off.
That just hit the spot, and it was fucking really, really good. And it got a lot of stick because it was meant to be. There was 2 versions of it. The first version was released and it had loads of quite a lot of bugs and stuff like that. But the they patched it all, made new content, and then re-released it as Castlevania 64 something quest or something. I don't know, I can't remember what it was called.
Yeah, like a rebranding update. That's
Yeah, so which is basically what they do now.
yeah, but pre-DLC was what I was going to say. Then it's
Yeah.
like pre-DLC or updates or whatever it may fall under, but it was still on cartridges, so they had to do shit like that, didn't they?
Yeah, just bring out a whole new fucking game and charge you fucking 90 quid for it or however much it was.
Yeah, fucking crazy. Never, because especially when the ones, the Japanese developed ones, they seem to be the ones that were super expensive. Because I remember getting
shipping as well, all that.
Using my birthday money to get Mortal Kombat 3 on the Mega Drive, and it was like fucking 50 or 55 quid, and I had to get like, my man had to buy it for me because it was an 18 or whatever it was rated at the time, and 50 quid doesn't sound like much for games now because it's going more 60, 70, 80, but still, like, that was a fucking Mega Drive game, and it was coming to the end of its life cycle as well, because if you remember, Mortal Kombat 3 was also available on the PlayStation 1, but like it was significantly closer to the arcade version than the Mega Drive version was, obviously.
Yeah, bear in mind, like back then, I think the average weekly wage, like working class wage, was like 200 quid a week.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? No, it might have been less.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, my number 4, if you're ready to
I'm
move
done,
on.
yeah.
So my number 4 would be Turok, because that fucking blew me nips off as a kid, because going back to speaking about Dino Crisis last week, and our boss it being first person, can't believe I didn't think about that, because I just used to be able to play it split screen as well, like deathmatch split screen, which was fucking amazing. And then I mean, again, you look at the graphics now, but at the time felt like you were in a jungle, and the dinosaurs looked real, and I don't know, it just felt like it was really fluid combat compared to what you were used to, considering it was in first person at the time, because when you go back to it, it's like, what the fuck is this clunky mess? But
yeah, and it had some of the best weapons as well.
Yeah, like firing a bow, which might be one of the first incantations from 3D, maybe.
And you had the cerebral bore. I remember the cerebral bore. And I'm not sure what it did, but I'm sure you shot and you could control the bullet.
Yeah, you could. There was a controller, and I'm pretty sure you warp to wherever you threw it as well. I might be making that up, to be honest, because, again, I didn't own it, but my cousin did, and that's where I played most of these games, was when I played them with him, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Turok the Dinosaur Hunter.
Yeah, that was fucking a belter little game. Again, you could do the split screen co-op.
Yeah.
I don't think it was co-op, I think it was like deathmatch and that. But yeah, that was amazing.
I'm going to go for number 4. Banjo-Kazooie.
Oh, yeah.
Because I know everyone always says, like, Mario 64 is, like, the best platformer, like, but... Well, there's Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie. Banjo-Tooie is probably better, but Banjo-Kazooie was, like, the first real, like, fucking challenger for the platformer crown from Mario 64.
Yeah.
Made by Rare, who also made, like, GoldenEye and stuff.
Yeah.
Who actually don't make anything really no more.
No,
so
one of them studios that... Yeah, they were...
Got bought by Microsoft.
Changing the game in the 90s, but then, yeah, just probably swallowed by a conglomerate.
Yeah, like it's happening now with fucking everything. Like, but yeah, so Rare, I'm just going to go off on a tangent here, but Rare got loads of their staff made a new game called Ukulele, if anyone's played it. And that's like a spiritual successor to Banjo-Kazooie.
What, recently?
Yeah.
Alright, decent.
Yeah, and you can get it dead cheap as well. Get it for like £3 or something if it's on sale. Yeah, but Banjo-Kazooie was just like dead funny, had amazing writing. Like some of the levels were great, like Clanker the shark, he had to like fucking find all the things in his stomach and that. It was just mad. And the writing was like British.
Oh, yeah.
The writing was British and like funny, do you know what I mean? And there was like innuendos and that in there that you wouldn't realise as a kid, but as you get older,
goes over your head, and then
you're like, oh yeah, that's quite funny. Yeah, but class game. I haven't really got much to say about that, to be fair.
Yeah, I haven't played any of them, so I can't even interject or say anything myself. So we'll go to my number 3, which again is another obvious one, but Zelda Ocarina of Time. Fucking amazing. I didn't actually play that all that much. I watched it more than I played it, because it was a pretty long game, even for the time, innit? And especially for the time. And yeah, I used to watch arcade play it, and it was just, again, compared to the old Zelda games, where it was just like the top-down view, fucking 8-bit little dude running around till he went into a dungeon, and then it changes. to go into that 3D and playing the fucking tunes on the flute and all of the puzzles and firing your arrows to do the puzzles. It was just fucking amazing.
Yeah, that's just fucking... it's just like so... It was so ahead of its time.
Yeah, and the change, and I mentioned it loads last week, and I've already mentioned it now, it's the jump in the technology at the time. You're never going to have that big of a jump again.
And I still think Ocarina of Time is some of the best dungeons, like...
Yeah.
Still, and
all the puzzles are great, aren't they?
Yeah.
The puzzles are fucking... That's what sticks out in my mind, because although I wasn't playing it, we'd be working out the puzzles together, do you know what I mean? And going, oh, hang on, you need to do that. And oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
so,
that was like the first...
That.
They brought like Link of the Past into 3D, man. It was like the fucking...
Yeah.
It was sick, and then you go fucking the Temple of Time and all that, and you put the sword in the fucking thing.
Yeah.
I get to do it all again this year when they released the remake.
Yeah, I forgot that they announced that, yeah.
Oh, God, that's going to blow my fucking gears everywhere.
You mentioned Mario 64. You can play that on the Switch now as well, can't you? It's still, like you mentioned, it still plays really well for considering the age of it.
Yeah, you can play Ocarina of Time as well on the Switch. You've got the old ones on the
yeah, because you can do it just backwards compatible, can't you? And
yeah, it's on the... they have the Nintendo Switch Online where you got all the classic games.
When the Switch first came out, I actually genuinely wanted one just to play fucking... What's Winds of whatever?
Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, class.
Because it just looks amazing and it's right up my street, and yeah, it ticked all the boxes. But obviously, I wasn't going to buy that system just for that one game.
Yeah,
and
I
still
did.
Even now that there's a newer version out, and you can probably get the first generation quite cheap. Not asked really.
Yeah, I did. I waited up for it and got it midnight release and fucking went home and played it. I was just fucking.
It does look incredible, the amount of like detail and things you can do, and just I love open world RPGs, so it just
you just put loads of hours into it, like.
Yeah.
My number is this my number 3, innit?
Yeah.
My number 3, I'm gonna go for WWF No Mercy.
Oh yeah, the wrestling games. What? I can never remember the titles of them. I just remember.
So
was that the one that was like the one that was on the arcade with Duncan and all that?
No,
that was Raw.
No.
That was WWF Raw.
And Raw was on the PlayStation.
Yeah.
So it was on the N64. It was the THQ made them. It was WCW NWO Revenge. Then they made WrestleMania 2000, and then they made WWF No Mercy. And No Mercy just took everything from the previous games and just jumped it up to 11. Like you could make your own, you could make your own matches, make your own little wrestling groups.
Oh,
you
yes,
can make your own like storylines.
Eventually, what they ended up turning it into when it went on to like the PS1 and all that, weren't it? Because those games were fucking amazing as well. Where you could create your own
SmackDown.
Wrestler. Yeah, the SmackDown games. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Pick your intro and everything. So that was like the predecessor of that, wasn't it? Essentially.
Yeah, I think they released around the same time. The WWF No Mercy and the SmackDown games, because the SmackDown games were on the PS1.
Yeah.
I remember we were playing them because my mate had a PlayStation, a chip PlayStation, and I had the N64, and I used to take my N64 around to visit. We used to have a big sleepover, and then we just always used to play. We used to play wrestling, and then we'll play No Mercy as well, and we just stay up all night. Fucking some of the best times. I'm like.
You know what? There's a couple of honourable mentions from the PlayStation 1 days that I never mentioned last week, which is Command & Conquer and Doom, and it's both because you could link the PlayStations up. And my nan bought me an arcade, a link-up thing, and whenever we stayed in hers, we could basically do whatever we wanted. And she'd let us basically bring the big, massive fucking tellies that were about that big down from her room, so we could link the PlayStations up. And basically, you were playing multiplayer, but with your own screen, pre-internet.
Yeah, it's
like
LAN.
Yeah, but playing Doom with your own screen instead of split screen, back in the day, lad, it was fucking amazing. I just forgot to mention that last week. It was sick.
Command & Conquer, man.
Command & Conquer was the same, so you were playing against each other, but you had your own screen. There was no like split screen and all that. And again, it was such a big deal because this was big ass tellies and no internet, so it was the only way you could do it. And there was a little special cable that linked up your PlayStations that allowed you to do it. It was fucking heavy.
Yeah, Command & Conquer Red Alert.
Yeah, the first one, and then Red Alert, they were boss, like clicking. What did we point and click fucking strategy games?
Real-time strategy. Yeah. RTS, baby. Brah.
But yeah, my number 2, numero uno, un dos, is, again, not an obvious one, but it was fucking the best multiplayer game of all time, still to this day, one of them. Mario Kart 64.
Ooh, okay, I didn't think you were going to say that. I thought you were going to say something else.
Oh yeah, but that's number one.
Yeah,
that's the obvious one. But yeah, the fucking Mario Kart was just, it's Mario Kart, isn't it? Every generation's boss, but that's the one that I played the most because it was like the first 3D, even though you're only going round the track, you know what I mean? It was the first one where, the first OG boss one, basically.
Yeah, Mario Kart 64, I always remember it because of the first time I seen a 3D game like that in person. I was walking around Comet, I think it was.
Oh yeah, and you used to have the machines so you could play.
I was just playing it and I was like, Dad, I was walking around Comet with my dad and that. And I was like, oh my God, I need this. Like, this is amazing.
It was literally like a cartoon. Like I said about Mario 64, this was similar where if you weren't playing it but watching it, it looked like a cartoon. And again, you go to the graphics now, comparable, it's like, nah, it doesn't. But at the time, because we hadn't seen it before, it did. It was like, oh my God, it's like a fucking interactive cartoon. It's the best thing I've ever seen in my life.
So good, man. And like, I think it just sounds like weird, but I remember I used to love playing the battle mode. And you'd have like the balloons, you have to pop the balloons. And because Independence Day had come out around the same time, I think.
Yeah, I went to pictures to see that, yeah.
And fucking, do you know when you just fire the missiles, it just reminded me, like when you fire the shells, it reminded me of like Independence Day. Yeah, and you used to go like, box 1, Eagle 1, box 2, and fire the red shells at people.
Die, you bastard. What is it he says at the end when he flies the fucking plane into the ship?
What did he say? Oh
my
God.
You son of a bitch or something like that. It's proper fucking one-liner.
You alien bastards.
Yeah,
up yours.
Is he in like a crop duster or something as well? Yeah. Not even a proper jet.
Hello boys, I'm back.
I haven't seen that since
it
first come out.
Give me goosebumps thinking of that.
I haven't seen it in that long. Just remember Will Smith. No.
Not
Will
that
Smith,
one.
We know, yeah. But just punching the alien out when it comes out in the desert.
Yeah. You smelly bastard or whatever he says.
Damn, you smell like shit. Can't remember, but
one of the best.
What a movie.
Like we had in the short space of time, we had Jurassic Park, Men in Black, and
you had 95, 96 era, weren't it? Like mid-90s.
And Jumanji, boom, the OG Jumanji.
We should do a fucking 90s film list next week, maybe.
Yeah.
Because I could go on for fucking ever. And I watched an 80s film the other day with me mate, but we had to like, she lives in a different city, so we've had to like sync up when you press play. So, and it was, if you've ever seen Adventures in Babysitting with Elizabeth Shue, I was fucking obsessed with Elizabeth Shue as a kid. That? She was in the first Karate Kid and Invisible Man as well. I loved that. I was obsessed with it as a kid, and it's a boss film. There's a scene in it. It's just amazing. But yeah, Mario Kart. I don't know how the fuck we got from Mario Kart to Adventures in Babysitting.
This is the ADHD podcast where we will go from Mario Kart to Elizabeth Shue in 0 to 60 fucking seconds.
Fucking 3 movements. But yeah, I loved Mario 64 because it was fucking boss to play with other people, and just when some company hit you with a shell, and when you were first, that was always the wounding one.
No, they didn't have the blue shells back then, I don't think.
The red ones, though, you could just, you had to aim it, but if someone hit you with it, it was fucking wounding. And the banana peels.
Did they have the blue shell in Mario Kart 64, though? That's what I'm thinking. We'll have to fact check it.
I think they did, you know. That's the one that just auto gets you, doesn't it? Because
it gets the person in first place all the time.
Yeah, that's the one that I've played the most. I've barely played any of the others, so it must have been just because I've got strong memories of that. But yeah, it's fucking belted anyway, and I'm sure everyone has played it. Anyone over the age of 30 must have played it.
And you used to do the trick where you wait till the lights turn green and press the button at the same time.
You have to do it on time, don't you? With every light, and then on go, you get the boost. It's like beep, 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 and you get the wheel spinning, and you're gone. So
number 2 for me, because you've already said Ocarina of Time, I'm going to do a little cheat and say Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask for my number 2.
Oh yeah, that's the one that came out after it, wasn't it?
Yeah. And it was dead freaky.
I didn't actually play that one, and I've seen less of it. But yeah.
Dead freaky, you had to put the different masks on and that, and you turn into the Deku scrub. It's just dead weird, and the music's dead eerie in that, and you get turned into this little fucking thing by this mad little person. And it's
little witch doctors,
the world's going to end. You've got 3 days to save the world before it ends, and it's just you've got the side quests are all about people's mortality and fucking all sorts of weird stuff I didn't understand at that time. And it was and it's got some of the best dungeons as well.
Some of the storylines in Japanese games don't get mad, like lost in translation as well, or like it's translated properly, but you know what I mean. It's just
they just don't give a fuck.
Yeah, it's weird.
Just case in point, then I've been playing Yakuza over the weekend.
Oh yeah.
Yakuza 0, and like one of the side quests is you have to this schoolgirl is selling her panties to old men, and you have to stop her. And she's getting bullied into doing it by this other girl who's got this fame of like girls who sell all their underwear.
She's pimping all of the fucking skids.
Yeah, she's been pimping all the fucking girls'
skiddy
underwear.
bills.
And then you have to interject, and you're like, "Hey, I'm not kidding." There's like some of the dialogues are fucking hilarious. It's like, "Stop kink shaming people." It's like, no, that's not a kink. That is being a paedophile.
Yeah, that's just nonsense. Yeah. That's the most Japanese side quest of all time, isn't it?
But them Yakuza games, like that, I wouldn't even say that was the most Japanese. They've got like a full-on Pokemon game, where you just collect all mad different men, like. And there's like men dressed as babies and that, and you battle them against each other and that. It's fucking the most insane thing ever. But yeah, going back to Majora's Mask, class game. Only 4 dungeons, but some of the best dungeons. And then one of the most iconic endings as well with the boss battle, and you fight the fucking moon.
I just immediately thinking of fucking...
And it's got that bad face.
Yeah, what's his name? Fucking... From the Mighty Boosh, that. Don't know why I can't think of it.
I know what you're thinking of, yeah.
I'm the moon. The first thing that popped up in my head as soon as you mentioned you fight the moon. Why do you want to fight me? I'm the moon. I did it again!
Oh dear.
Oh, my ass. So yeah, fucking Majora's Mask. I'm up to my number one then, innit? Yeah. Which is obvious, been Dick teasing everyone with it since the start, but it's obviously GoldenEye. Because... the game itself was amazing and seemed super cinematic, even though the graphics comparable to today is shite. That first, I must have played that first level a million fucking times because it was boss. I just loved the bit where he jumped off at the end as well, like in the movie. Fucking boss. And I'm not even a James Bond fan, and fuck Pierce Brosnan in the butthole as well, but...
Why? What's up with Pierce Brosnan? Is he a Tory or something?
I don't know. He's Irish, isn't he? So I don't think he would be, but... I don't know. I'm not a massive fan of James Bond, even though I have played the recent game and loved it. I'm not necessarily a Bond fan. But yeah, I loved the game. And the obvious reason, as well, as even though the game and the missions and the levels were boss and shooting people in the head with the silence gun never got boring. But then... the multiplayer fucking death matches bouncing around as odd job lads, literally being dead small or
and Jaws with the fucking
just chopping them. Because that was one of the modes, wasn't it? Chop only or slaps only?
Chop only, yeah. And big head mode,
the man with the golden gun as well, where you got the gold Luger from, and you could just one shot everyone.
And you unlock the other levels like Aztec, and they had the Moonraker level.
Yeah.
Moonraker guns.
Yeah, it was all fucking amazing. But like I said earlier, playing it didn't have the sticks. It was up, down, left, right, where you had to go, not the middle bit, the outside bit, and do the up, down, left, right with the yellow buttons.
Yeah, so you sort of moved side to side with the stick, didn't you? And then you strafed, you looked up and down with the...
Yes, that's it. So it was like a mixture of both. Trying to do it.
Buttons with another stick. Trying
to do it now, modern day, after being used to proper analog controls where you look around with one stick and you move forwards and backwards with the other one. This was just, my brain didn't work trying to do it. It was fucking
you have to
impossible.
Press R to aim to get the fucking little crosshair thing up.
Yeah. But then when you aimed, the controls changed again, didn't they? You could do like, you could move the thing, I don't know, it was fucking weird.
It's fucking great though. I remember when I got my first Nintendo, when I first got my Nintendo 64, the day after I got it, Boxing Day, me, my dad, my godfather, John Bell, shout out John Bell, wherever he is, we had a big massive buffet in that, and like they all got pissed and I drank whatever I drank. And we just sat in the back room playing GoldenEye all day, and it was like hands down one of the best days of my life.
Yeah. Because it was just that type of game again. I know I keep saying it, but it's because it's true. It's like the jump in technology was insane. Because remember before that, before the PlayStation 1 and the N64, the likes of my uncles, Gary and that, they didn't want to know. But then as soon as that came on, like PlayStation 1 in particular, Destruction Derby, the footy games, they were all like, fucking hell, this looks amazing. And he wanted to get involved then, whereas Wonderboy and all that, they weren't really that arsed.
Yeah.
Fucking...
I love GoldenEye. I love GoldenEye, but not as much as I love my number one.
Oh, drum roll.
Can you guess what it is? It's actually made by the same developer.
No idea.
It's actually the spiritual successor to GoldenEye, Perfect Dark.
Oh yeah, Perfect Dark. Because that also got a PlayStation release, but it was a different game, didn't it?
No, it was... Perfect Dark was just on the N64, and you had to have the expansion. You had to buy the expansion pack for it.
I'm thinking Alone in the Dark.
Yeah.
Which I used to love, but the Saturn was so janky and shit though. Yeah. The Saturn version. Yeah,
Perfect Dark took everything good about GoldenEye and made it 10 times better. It had a better campaign, it had better weapons, it had a better multiplayer, it just had everything, and it was like, I actually got the guidebook for it before I got the game, because I seen the game was coming out, I couldn't afford it, so my dad let me buy
guidebooks, man, another pre-internet fucking relic. Yeah.
Guidebook, amazing. And I read through that guidebook like for weeks. I knew everything about the story, I knew what was going to happen, I knew every detail about the book was about that thick. I knew everything about the game, and I got it, and I still love playing through it countless times, completed on every difficulty. I used to sit there just for hours just playing bot matches against myself, which is something like you couldn't really do on anything apart from a PC at that time.
Yeah,
it had weapons that you could see through walls and fucking all sorts of mad fucking things. I mean, it was fucking great, and it was probably my favourite. Well, it was my favourite N64 game. And then they ruined it. They ruined the fucking franchise by fucking going to Microsoft, didn't they? And then they brought out Perfect Dark Zero for the Xbox, which was crap. And then they tried to reboot it, and then they got this big super studio together and made this Perfect Dark game that was like an immersive sim. And then Xbox cancelled it last year. Fuck you, Microsoft. I'm never buying one of your consoles again, you fucking little baldy rats, mate.
Yeah, I definitely heard of it, but I don't actually think I played it. Now that you said it, I was thinking of something completely different.
Yeah.
And
it was one of the last games. It was one of the last games to come off the N64.
I definitely remember it had a big marketing campaign in that, didn't it? Because I remember that name sticks out in the mind. Like,
yeah, Joanna Dark, and it was like the secret agent. You just had all the gadgets on it. Was sick, man. So many good gadgets on it. Yeah. 357 Magnum, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my number one. Trip down memory lane. I like to take a trip down memory lane.
So yeah, my top 5 then would be Mario 64, Turok, Zelda, fucking Ocarina of Time, Mario Kart 64, and GoldenEye. Again, I said before a ball was kicked, it was going to be quite fucking. They're like some of the biggest games out there, but I didn't actually own one. I just played it through arcade.
Yeah, you were cooking it.
My cousin.
You were the N64 cook.
Yeah.
I was the PS1
sitting in the
cook.
corner watching Turok going, yeah, it's fucking belt it is.
Game cooks, man. That's what we were though back in the day. Like fucking, I remember me mate Millsy and that. We used to just I used to just watch him play Resident Evil 3, and I used to love it. I was shit at it, but I didn't want to play. I wanted to watch him play it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was scared.
Number 3 as well. I haven't played that in years, and I wanted to get the remake, but I just never got round to it because I still haven't completed 2. And
I know.
Why add to the fucking list of shit?
I was playing through 2, the remake on the Steam Deck, man. It was fucking class. I got it for like £6 off loaded.
Yeah, it went on the PS when I haven't even got PS Plus anymore, but it went as one of the free games. So whenever before Wolverine comes out, I'll probably get PS Plus for a couple of months then, so that when GTA comes out, because hopefully, I know you said the other day, you think it might be a year later. I'm hoping it's 2 weeks like it was last time, fingers crossed. But yeah, before we mention fucking the World Cup ending, thank fuck. Anything interesting happening this week? Any gigs or
any
interesting
interesting
like
happening this week? No, apart from the blatant fucking injustice that was dealt to me on Sunday by I don't know, by the universe maybe. But
Was that the roast?
yeah, I had a roast battle for it wasn't for the actual championship, but it was the championship round against Mr. Jamie Silverfant, who somehow managed to beat me, even though he didn't tell any jokes really. One of his jokes was Anthony likes gaming, his Chinese boyfriend.
What?
Because he's a gaming.
Oh, gaming. I get it. Okay.
I was just like, come on, man, is this the shit you're coming at me with? But to be fair, the boy done good. So, and we both did too much. And it was like, because we were both going for it, and I was like, listen, I'm used to being on last. I'm an elite level competitor. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was the underdog. I had all the skin in the game. I was not the underdog, sorry, the opposite. And I prepared too much. I did too much writing and said too many things. And I think the crowd just got a bit fed up because we were first on. And it went on for like 10 minutes. But I did do jokes about him beating his girlfriend up and that, which was quite good. And then it was like, they went to the judges, and then Jordan was like, yeah, you know what? Both good, but I'll give it to Anthony. And then Alistair was like, yeah, should we give it to Anthony then? Yeah. Oh, but you know, Jamie was good, wasn't he? Yeah, so maybe we should give it to the crowd. Yeah, let's give it to the crowd. And he went, yeah, that's cool, let's give it to the crowd. And then the crowd didn't know who was who. So, no one clapped for me. And then, like, people clapped for Jamie, and then when they said, winner Jamie, well, it wasn't everyone. There was a chorus of boos. The chorus of boos well-deserved boos, I would say.
Do you reckon they'd been baited and switched with the names?
No, I think it was just one of them. Because he was, who cares anyway, it's only £1,000. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, the championship.
I'm a sore loser.
Wins a grand, don't he? Eventually. How many heats is there?
That was the second round, so the next round, the third round would be the round of 16. Because there was 64 people in it.
I go, but normally if I'm not working on a Sunday, it's like my first day off and I don't want to fucking leave the house. And it's relatively early as well, isn't it? I mean, 5 p.m. is not early for most people. Not that I'm in bed, I get up early. But I'm a nocturnal person because of the work that I do.
It's too early for a roast battle, to be honest, because everyone's still sober in there. And everyone just doesn't want to hear jokes about domestic violence when they're sober. Really. Or rape. Or Anne Widdecombe's body. So,
did you get an Anne Widdecombe's body joke to the roast?
Yeah, I did actually, and I'll say it right now for the people who didn't hear it the first time. Because Jamie's got a joke, hasn't he? See, this is what was wrong. All my jokes were too personal about him, and the audience didn't know him.
Yeah.
The comics at the back knew him, and loads of people laughing at the back, but the people just thought I was just making it up. But I said he's got a joke about where he chokes an old woman out during sex, hasn't he?
Oh yeah.
And I said, well, that makes him my number one suspect for Anne Widdecombe's murder. And everyone laughed. I was like, oh, and I said, let me finish. I haven't finished it. I said, but if it was Jamie and his little penis, it'd be Anne didn't come. Yeah.
That's actually a good joke.
And then, sorry to that. And then he said something about fucking me enjoying long beach walks. Yeah, but I'm a sore loser, so.
Does he know who he's got to go in the next round with?
Nah, but I hope he wins the thing, though. I hope you win, Jamie. Hope you're happy with yourself.
And then gives you a little dropsy. Yeah,
well, I did say I was going to give whoever if I won it, I'd give whoever I faced 20 quid. And if it was someone I liked in the final, I would have agreed with them if whoever wins gets 70 and whoever loses gets 30.
It's fair.
Because you should get something for second place after 64 people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's rather just a pat on the back.
But apart from that, I didn't do, but I went to watch the free show of Hot Water on Saturday, which was really good. I got to watch Paul Sinner from The Chase.
Oh, yeah.
He was fucking fantastic.
Yeah, because he was always stand-up before he started doing that, didn't he?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. He was a GP as well.
Yeah, and then he ended up on a TV show, a question one, and then that's how he ended up on The Chase, because he did really well. That's a few of them have got through that way, haven't they?
Yeah, but he was fucking hilarious, mate. He was fucking class. He made me really enjoy watching comedy.
Yeah.
And then obviously Phil Nichol, who's just fucking out of this world. Do you know what I mean? Like, fucking...
Yeah. actual fucking jokes. 'Cause
Yeah.
obviously, we do the open mic here every week, the shipping forecast. Fucking 5 minutes, sign up, free entry for anyone who wants to just be audience and buzz off some neurodivergent people chatting wham for 5
It's
minutes.
the what we call the neurodivergent mon contest.
We've got a concrete sex dungeon filled with neurodivergent slags, basically. And yeah, it's fun. Get involved. But yeah, I've done fucking nothing all week now besides work, which will bore you to death, and some editing and stuff, apart from watching what's it called? Adventures in Babysitting on Edibles, and remember how much fucking Elizabeth Shue is hot. Other than that, I've done absolutely fuck all. Didn't watch the FA Cup final, the World Cup final. Seen a bit of the semi.
Shout out Tony Gordo.
Who?
To TG, Tony Gordo for scoring the semi-final.
Tony Gordo.
Go on, Tony.
Not off, mate. He scores again. Yeah, seen the semi, and I was made up because I wanted... I'm glad Spain won it as well, because I genuinely said that I think I hadn't seen it win the entire thing, but they were dirty bastards as well, weren't they, from what I've seen of it. Just kicking and all that. And Spain conceding just one goal in the entire competition is fucking insane.
By the way, haven't lost a match in 50 competitive
games. And that Cubarese, who plays for centre half, the kid from Barcelona, he's like 19 years old, fucking unbelievable. Just dead calm, just great. And I'm open. We've signed, I guess if you didn't see much of Leone last season. We've got that U.S.A, haven't we? Because fuck the World Cup. The real footy's nearly back. We play on Saturday in Nashville.
Saturday?
I'm in here. It's 11 p.m. our local time. I'm in here, but I'm open because it's an all-day thing. We'll be finished by around 10 p.m. So by the time I get home, I may just miss the kick-off. But I'm going to get on it. Anyone who's watching as well who's a Liverpool fan, if you didn't do it last season, all the pre-season friendlies are on that Liverpool video, or Liverpool Red video, I think it's called.
Are they, yeah?
But you can get a month free trial. So if you get the month free trial, like Friday night or Saturday morning, you'll be able to watch all of the... I did it last season, so I might have to use a different email address. But you'll be able to essentially sign up for a free month, immediately cancel, and then you've got it for the pre-season games, because it'll all be on there. But I'm looking forward to it. I've got the travelling team here.
Up the Markham cunts.
Because obviously I said to you last week, who do you reckon, what players who have played in the World Cup will be available straight away? Turns out it's going to be none of them, not even like Virgin, who went out still in the knockouts, but you know, they're still getting an holiday before, 2 or 3 week holiday, so they'll miss the free fixtures in America, from what I know. So the travelling squad is Gomez, Endo, Xhaka, Kirkes, Soboslai, Bradley, Chiesa, Leone, Jones, Elliott, Tsimikas, Ekatike, Mamadashvili, Woodman, Frimpong, Abe, Neone, Batetic, Chambers, Ramsey, Scanlon, McConnell, Jaros, Kumas, glad he's there, Morrison, Engamoa.
Batetic there?
Yeah. But he's one of the injured ones. I think he's still in recovery. Oh no, he's not down actually. Okay, so yeah, a load of little kids who are in there as well, like Wright Hall, Sonny Lammy, Undweke and Davies. But yeah, there's a lot of players that have gone who are actually injured, so they're still recovering. But I'm assuming that's for team bonding and also getting an idea of what Areola wants to play like. So they're involved in training sessions and all the team meetings and all of these things while they're on the tour. So even the injured players who are part of that travelling squad are Leone, Xhaka, Ekatike, Conor Bradley, Endo, Batetic and Jaros. So looking at that, that's all defenders and defensive midfielders. So what do you reckon we're going to shape up like against Sunderland in this pre-season friendly, taking into account the players that have gone and then the ones that are actually injured as part of the travelling squad. But apart from Jaros and Ekatike, it literally is, we've got one centre-half, one fit centre-half who isn't like from the under-21s or under-18s.
Yeah, we'll be playing fucking all sorts, won't we?
And that's Joe Gomez. So we
will be playing all sorts.
I can't wait. I'm just looking forward to be able to see Liverpool first game under Areola. I love pre-season, I'll admit. And the players who I really want to see up to now, get a good run out is obviously Rio, Trey Neone, and Harvey Elliott, because Harvey Elliott, bearing in mind injuries and stuff like that, could get a fair crack at the whip if he's willing to be a squad player this season.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to be better than what happened to him this
The
season.
only thing that I'm worried a bit about Elliott is with this style of play that we're playing, I think he might just be a little bit too slow.
Yeah.
Because he's always...
he could play a bit further up as a 10, a second fiddle to like Wirtz, for instance, come on, maybe start the odd game and then Wirtz comes on and rotate, because, you know, if we're in all the competitions, it's like fucking 50 games plus, isn't it? Possibly more. You're looking at high 40s at the least, because of the longer Champions League and all that. We need a squad that's going to rotate, and based on his experience on that horrendous loan spell he's ended up getting in with Villa, he might be more willing to just be, maybe I'll just be a squad player and for this season and see how it takes him. So he could get a chance, do fucking great coming in off the right or some shit, because again, no Salah, no signings. But yeah, I'd love to see Harvey Elliott, because again, I think he's a good kid and squad player.
I'm really hoping Chiesa stays and gets a fucking...
Yeah, because he might get a much more fair crack at the whip under Areola.
He's like the only right-sided player.
Yeah, he can come in on his left foot. He can play both sides. He can play down the centre if we need, because, you know, U.S.A's not there yet, and Ekatike is going to be injured till about fucking Boxing Day at the earliest, so around Christmas time. So yeah, I'd love to see him stay, because he can play anywhere from free, and I think if he gets a good run under his belt, he could genuinely be good. Because
he's a pressing monster. Yeah. He just fucking runs.
He closes down. And I think when he gets a bit of confidence, because that's one thing, he's never had a good run, whether it be injuries or just not getting chosen. I think if he got a good run under his belt, he's really good with the ball at his feet, like dribbling, going past players. See more of that, going like direct with his running, and then maybe getting it into more dangerous players, or if he finds himself space, he can bury it when we know we can score goals as well.
90 minutes. He needs to start getting 90 minutes and that fucking...
Yeah, and he scored some late goals as well since we've had him in like the 2 seasons we've had him.
He's done really. I think he's done really well, like considering how many
small
minutes he's got. Sample
size you've got of what he's played, 100%. But yeah, Bad-Tatic is one of the injured players. Bradley, Leone and Xhaka, so they're the 2 upcoming centre halves. No Virgil because he's still on holiday, and then that just leaves us with Endo Gomez. Endo can't play because he's injured, although he can play centre half. So it's going to be interesting to see what we do defensively in these games. And what I am excited about, when you touched on a forward before with Chiesa, is that Sonny Lamby, because he's looked good for the under-21s last season, or under-18s it might have been, but he was getting in games for both. But I think, so in the 2024-25 season, so not last season, the season before, he's playing for the under-18s and scored 12 goals, but then last season he got the under-18s Premier League Player of the Season award, and after scoring 21 goals, so he went from 12 to 21.
That's a lot of goals.
Under-18s, like, but again, while we haven't got... U.S.A's not going to be there. Ekatike will be there, but he's part of the squad building and team building. Being there to see what Areola's got to say, so we can better understand. That's surely why he's taking him, because it's quite unusual. You normally get left at home, but I like that. I like that he's taking the injured players, get them involved. You might not be able to run on the pitch and do contact stuff, but you do your recovery with us.
Players, aren't they?
Yeah, do your recovery with us, and they're also doing part of the team meeting and learning what is required of them when they are back, rather than being left at home. I think that's great.
Yeah, no, that's the right way to do it.
And then that Sonny Lamby might get a game, and with him scoring for fun last season in the under-18s, you never know, because Jayden Daniels isn't going because he's injured still. So yeah, it's a good chance for them younger kids to have a run out. Cause
yeah, I'm interested to see how we're going to line up, and interested to see how much chances are going to be given to new young players going into this season now, and I think
how are the wide players going to operate as well? That's the big one for me. The big question I've got.
I'm excited to see. We've got this academy, and we've got a manager who likes using young
willing
talent.
to use them. Yeah.
And I'm excited to see where that's going to.
He gets the best out of players as well. He's done that year on year at Bournemouth. With Semenyo's the most obvious, most recent one. Like for 18 months, he was amazing. Gets a move to City.
You got Ryan.
Yeah.
Scott, whatever his name is.
And Elliot, who was in the World Cup squad, or Scott, sorry, yeah. He got left at home, didn't he? But he was close, one of the ones who was going to go. But yeah, I'm just looking forward to being able to see the Reds again, even though it would be mostly kids, especially at the back. No Alisson, because he was obviously got to the quarters with Brazil. What time are we on? 5 to 7. Good place to leave it there with the Reds.
Up the Reds.
About to play. Yeah, like we say every week, might as well subscribe because it's fucking free. If you're watching it now, literally
just click the
back
button.
out and just tap it.
Just click the button. Who cares? Who cares when everyone thinks about you? Just fucking do it.
Leave a comment, like,
Just
even if you're saying,
stab him with the blade, Joe.
Mick, you look like a fat cunt.
Yeah.
I don't care. Just
abuse
get
us.
some. Yeah.
Leave your horrible comments. The biggest, worst roast gets a fucking.
Roast us down in the comments. But
Go on,
not
call
the
this
dog.
dog horrible names.
No, not the dog. That's a step too far because she's fucking violent and she will find you.
Yeah, fart on you.
Yeah. So yeah, stay free.